All right. My name's Chuck. I've been with Arnold for about 4 months now, and I've been doing his 30-day program. I've had a lot of results. I've come a long way, and I still have a long way to go. A little bit about my history. Growing up, I was an overweight child. I was active in sports, but I did eat. I was a big eater. I ate a lot of junk food. I grew up on meats. I grew up on dairy, and that's basically how I was raised. I was always a big eater. Through teenage years, I started having epileptic seizures. I also suffered from drug addiction and alcoholism. I fell into a dark hole from that, and that kind of took up a period of about 10 years of my life. With that, it caused depression, anxiety, sleep disorders, and I got on a lot of medication. I've been in recovery for about 2 years, clean from alcoholism and drug addiction, and since then I've been on a journey to better myself. With that came exercise. Didn't come to diet right away, but came with exercise, a lot of spirituality growth, a lot of spiritual growth, a lot of changes. And as I was on that journey, I've been on medication. I've been on depression medication, anxiety medication, sleep medication, and the seizure medication. I've been seizure free for at least 6 or 7 years, and I've been on this medication, and the dosage was very high. So it was like 7 pills a day of the seizure medication, about 2 pills for bipolar, depression medication, and a sleep medication. So I was taking medicine all day, and I was not feeling right, as just wasn't feeling normal. Always sluggish, a little out there, a little cloudy. Still am a little bit today, but I feel great. What I did was as I was trying to better myself and get healthier, I wasn't losing the weight I wanted to through the exercise, because I wasn't eating properly. Wasn't feeling very healthy because of the medication and how I was dieting the way I would eat. So a calling from within, I'd say, brought me to Arnold. I met Arnold about 6 years ago through an ex relationship, and during that time he knew about my health issues, always tried to get me to come in, and I always was very closed-minded and judgmental, and I wanted absolutely nothing to do with it. I said, that is crazy, I'm not going to do it, and I went about my way, and I kept continuing having health problems. I was able to switch that. I went from being closed-minded to open-minded. I stopped being judgmental, or at least I try to be. And as I've been walking this path of recovery and bettering myself, living a new life, something from within told me to come see Arnold. I was ready to give it a chance, and I actually knew it was the way. I had to get out of that denial and come in here. And a couple days I started talking about it with other people. I didn't actually come in, and I ran into Arnold at a bonfire at 11 o'clock at night, and I was like, that's crazy. I was just talking about it that day. So I went over. It was dark out, so I introduced myself, told him who I was, and we started talking, and he told me to come in for a free smoothie, which I did about within that week. I came in, had a smoothie, I took it, he was busy, I left, but then I started coming, I started frequenting, and I started talking to him, and I was still eating meat at the time, I was still eating dairy, but I was starting to become aware, and I started the smoothies at home with my blender. I was making smoothies, started eating more fruit, and I was doing a pretty good job. I wasn't ready to do the program yet, I was coming home, I was eating fruits and drinking smoothies, and I was coming home at 9 o'clock at night and eating meat. And during that time, it was a 3-week period where I was eating meat and going about my business, and I was starting to notice a difference in the energy that I was experiencing during the day with the fruits and the smoothies to when I was putting meat in my body and the effects after that. There was one night in particular where I had a big steak, about to go to bed, came back down and ate the leftover steak that was in there. And the next day I felt like complete crap. I sluggish, kind of felt sick to my stomach, and I knew right then and there that, okay, now I'm ready. I want to give this up. And I told Arnold, it was right before August, I said I'm ready to do the program, and he said let's do it. So he put me on this program, and I did it. I gave up meat and dairy, and I started to feel better almost instantly. Not just physically, but mentally, spiritually. I just felt alive more than I have in a long time, and so I started really getting gung-ho about it. Making my smoothies, eating a lot of bananas during the day. I could say from anywhere from 15 to 20, and then salads at night. Now, I did that. I was living a very active lifestyle, landscaping during the day, getting done, going to the gym. So weight just started coming off, and within like 2 months I was like 40 pounds lighter. And I think right now it's about 44 and a half. Now in that time frame, I was feeling better, but I was still taking the medicine, and I didn't want to do that. I'm not a doctor, I'm not that smart, but I just went with my gut, and I started weaning myself off the medication. And I did it slowly, how I thought a doctor would do it. And that's what I did. And I slowly weaned myself off until I was taking it no more. Wow. So I've been medication free for about, it was the 4th month, about 2.5 months, I guess you could say. And I've never felt better. I was taking medicine for the epilepsy. I was taking the bipolar, the depression, the sleep. Who would have thought I sleep great now? I get a great night's rest. I'm able to work hard. I'm able to use my brain. I'm able to exercise, and I do it. And during that time, I look at it as my recovery from how I'm in another program for the drug and alcohol recovery, and I took a lot of what I've learned there and I put it into this, because I look at food as just another addiction. My whole life I would use food to comfort myself. I would use food when I'm bored. You're munching in front of the TV, and I could just keep eating. I could eat packs of Oreos. I could eat a whole thing of ice cream. I would just gorge myself, and it's like that temporary fix, and I would use food for that temporary fix, and it tastes really good, and what happens is, we forget about the long-term effects and what it actually does to us, and that's, if you're in it for the long haul, that's what I look to do. I look what's best for me and for long-term, and I have a long way to go. I have a lot of habits I gotta kick, but I do it one day at a time. Because of Arnold lighting a fire up under my butt, it's got me going in the direction that I'm pretty pleased with. We all make mistakes, and we all learn from them, And I've had a couple times where I took the kids out and I ate pizza, and I've learned from that. Doesn't say I'm not going to slip up again and eat pizza, but I know what it does to me, and I felt that change when I ate the pizza with the kids. I felt right away sick and really full, and when I eat fruits and I eat vegetables, I feel great. I have that drive, the energy, and I can just go. And I don't get that that sluggish feeling, and so I don't want to feel that way. So when I do not feel that way, I try to eat properly. And it's been great. And the more as I go, with the protein, where do you get your protein? I get that. I hear that throughout, being here and wherever we go. When we tell people about what we're doing, they say, where do you get your protein? And for the longest time, I would say, oh, you don't need protein. But I couldn't answer it, But from continually coming here and doing this, more and more sticks to me, And Matt said to me, or said to all of us, explain the protein, how it's a chain of amino acids, and amino acids, they form together and they make the protein. Well, that finally stuck one day, and so now I can go out when people ask where you get the protein, I can explain that to them, and then I can also say, what does protein mean to you? I actually said that today at work. Because someone asked me about where do you get the protein. So, well, what does protein mean to you? And then I further explained what I learned here. And as I go, it's a process, and I take it one day at a time. I don't think about the rest of my life. I don't think about all the different information out there, because as I continue, more is revealed, more will stick, and the better, understanding I will have. All I know is that living this way, being open to it, and discovering it through everybody here, especially Arnold. I want a path, of greatness. No one can be perfect, and we have a lot of imperfections, but one day at a time we can progress, and that's what I do, coming in here, I can't thank Arnold enough, because we can take this place for granted.
By the way. Doesn't it make you look good?
I think you make so. We can take this place for granted because we have it here. We all can come here and we can support each other. We can learn and we can better ourselves. There's so many other people that we meet that come in 2 hours, they drive 3 hours, across the world. Arnold talks to people. That not everybody has this. So we should be very grateful and not take it for granted, and use this to help spread the word. To help other people. And when I come into contact, and I tell people what I'm doing, they always get that shock look, really, But then they want to learn more, and all I can do is guide them here. I say, come talk to Arnold. He knows more than I know. And I say, all I know is what I've been doing so far, and it's been working. I have a lot more that I need to do. To like I said, I learn as I go. Right now I eat fruits and vegetables. I eat salads, but I probably eat way too many nuts and fats, and I eat them probably too late at night. But I do that, and but it's okay. It's okay because it's better than what I used to do, where I was eating quarts of ice cream and then going to sleep. And then before that, it was drowning myself in alcohol, and I don't do that anymore either. So it's like one thing at a time, and life just keeps getting better and better. And the more I become involved with this, it seems like the more opportunities there are to grow. So it's a endless process. It's progress, not perfection. When we slip up, like if we want to do this, we do it. But then there's temptations out there, and sometimes we'll give in to them. And then there's that guilty process afterwards, which I've experienced, and other people probably have too, where they slip up and they eat something they shouldn't have. Well, we just learn from it. Like the body tells us, everything, like Arnold says, everything happens out of love. So even that guilt is out of love, right? Because you're not doing the right thing, and your body's telling you. And that's what I need to do. And that's what I do. I try to listen to my body. And there's some other bad habits that I have, like drinking coffee still. I slow down. I have maybe a cup in the morning, and then I go about my day with a lot of fruit, a lot of smoothies. But it's good, and it's worth passing it on to other people, because it will save a lot of people's lives. And I guess not many people really know the benefits that there are out there, and I'm still learning, and I'm seeing through other people, like the evidence is through other people, and what they were able to conquer through doing this lifestyle change. And like I said, I'm very grateful, and I'm going to keep coming back, and I'm going to take it one day at a time. And as I go, you know, we all can grow together. You know, it's great. So, thanks.
Any questions?
Oh, any questions?
I have a question, Chuck. Eating vegetables and fruit, has it had any effect on your addiction to alcohol? Did you notice a difference? Or do you have the alcohol addiction under control?
I refer to that like with the alcohol and drugs addiction that I suffer from. I refer to that as like a time of a hopeless state of mind, and I've already recovered from that. I'm always going to be in that recovering process where I'll be recovering, but I'm already past that aspect, you know. But that's something that I've always will continue to have to work on, you know. So.
But I think the question I'm asking is, eating vegetables and fruit, does it make it easier?
Yes.
Do you find that easier?
With meat, and I would guess I would add dairy in there because it comes from the same source. I look at it not only like with the science involved with the uric acid, but I also look at it as like the tortured animal, and I feel like when I put that in my body, that's a negative energy. And when I'm eating fruits and vegetables, I feel that I'm eating something that was given to me from God, and I just feel a positive energy, not just physical, but positive, and it gives me a positive state of mind. And so, yeah, I think that adds to it in all aspects, you know. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, for sure. I just wanted to know how
definitely.
you're doing with that.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Any other questions?
No, I have a comment though.
Okay.
You're amazing.
Oh. Thank you. Thank you. So are you?
Funny, I remember when I first saw Chuck maybe about 6
Oh, yeah, you were, yeah.
Yeah, because he came in here, he was like,
yeah.
He was like 275, 280
Yeah.
pounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
He walked in here, he looked at me, he said hi, and I was like, bye.
Yeah. It was. Well, you were trying to give me some information.
Yeah, because he had a seizure, I think, like,
Yeah.
just right after a seizure.
I think even when I first started getting cellulitis,
Yeah.
they even sent home information to me.
Right.
And I think I looked at it, but I
Wow.
still wasn't ready. You know, I was so set in my ways. I feel like it's like as you're growing up, we're programmed. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we have commercials, we have holidays. That's how we eat. You know, we're programmed.
Well, our parents didn't know about this. Our
No,
parents
it's nobody's.
didn't understand
I mean,
this.
it's gotta be somebody's fault.
Yeah,
But
propaganda.
you know, it's just how we were raised. You know,
Blame it on Reagan.
And it's been passed on and passed on and passed on. And so it's about, you know, breaking the mold, and you know, I guess we have to reprogram ourselves. You know.
And we're responsible.
Yeah,
We're
we're each
responsible to
responsible.
learn.
It's like empowerment. I was wondering how much weight did you end up losing then? Because Arnold said
Well, when he
that.
said 275, I started exercising. I'd say I lost 40 pounds, but on a long stretch. But I was staying around like 250. I was still heavy, and even I think if you even went to a doctor, I know my doctor always used to say I was obese. You know, but as soon as I started getting this, it was like, you know, the weight just was coming off. I was getting ripped.
So now that you're sold on this, how do you plan your day aside from coming to Arnold's?
How do I plan my day?
Yeah.
Well, you're just
Work,
doing-
workout.
Oh, I have a
Well,
day.
I mean, I did
I have a
almost
regular
all-
routine. I go to work during the day. I prepare myself for work. I make sure I give myself enough time to get up. I do these squats that I do.
Yeah.
I did them this morning, right before I started making my smoothies.
Yeah.
I do them. I do some push-ups. But then I go and make my smoothies. I prepare myself for work. I bring about 10 bananas, a couple thermoses of smoothies, just a pear, an apple today. And then I go to work, and that gets me through work. After work, I come here. I hang out here for a little bit. I talk to people. Get my meal, my smoothie, which is unbelievable. I mean, you know, kind of so far, $99 a month feeds us a meal and a smoothie a day for 30 days.
Right.
I mean, it just gets you going. I come here and I talk to people, and from here, I go to the gym, and then from the gym, I go to my other program. So I can stay pretty busy. I have a routine. And,
That's why it's get yourself in a routine,
yeah.
whatever it is.
That's what it is. A routine is
Yeah.
important.
It is.
It's important to be prepared because you get in those moments where you're hungry, and if you don't have anything, you know, what's going to happen? You know, you're going to start. You're going to make bad choices. Say, okay, well, this is okay this time, and then, which I've done, and then that could trigger, and you can start doing that more. You know, and next thing you know, you're totally off the wagon, and you've lost it. You know, it's important, you know, to know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and if you slip, you slip, and just start over again. You know, you go right back to it. It's great. You know, no worries.
So you think it's just not all about food, it's about this, coming here and being around
Well, this is
people.
huge because
Right.
here is where it's like we have the fruits and vegetables. This is but we feed off each other. You know, we watch people grow. We hear people's problems and struggles with what they're going. You know, what they're dieting or with what they're going through, and then we kind of work as a team. We motivate each other, and then we watch everyone change. You know, and like Silpa over here was just talking about how her eyesight is getting better. You know, she stopped wearing her glasses. She's been on raw food for about almost 2 months, and well, you can talk to her.
We'll go on sharing the share.
Yeah, when we share. But just amazing things happen. So we have evidence, and we see it. You know, I'm a person who needs to see evidence, and I see it through everybody else. And I join the team.
Yay.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you. Good.
Sarcastic, right now.